3 hours later, they are pulling the car out of in front of my house. 3 hours later. Hey guys, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. Technically, sorry, it is the 28th still. I'm filming for a video I'll be posting tomorrow, the 29th. But I was able finally to leave my house. The car that was crashed in front of my house, the pickup truck they took away real quick. I don't know why it took so long to get the car that had crashed in front of my house away. I have a package, and of course it's on the bottom thing here. But they finally were able to pull that vehicle away. I can't get in here. Oh my goodness. So then I left the house. I'm sorry, this is the most indelicate angle. Hold on one sec. Oh my gosh. All right, I don't even know what I bought on eBay, but let's open that up before I go and pay my P.O. box bill. The P.O. box cost me like $170 something every 6 months, but it's too useful to let go. All right, what should I buy on eBay? Before we get to what I bought from eBay, I've got my beard. Let's open a package I got from Remy. Remy sent this really amusing. How fun is this? It's just a bunch of hocus pocus. She sent me this package. Her penmanship is so good. Stephen, wishing you and the cats a very happy Halloween. I enjoyed Vlogtober. Thank you for making those videos. Best, Remy. She is always so thoughtful. And Remy, don't you live here in Las Vegas? It's a whole goodie bag full of fun stuff. Cat toys. How cute. And a bag of... Is this a bag of candy? Is there some old lady candy in here? Because you know I love old lady candy. Oh, goody. Sour Patch Kids, Snickers, Sour Patch Kid, licorice. Oh, yummy. Dum Dum, definitely old lady. And these little taffies. Oh, thank you so much. A little Hershey's Kisses, and the best ever. Super duper. Thank you so much. I'm going to put this little bag in my bag for my trip tomorrow, because these bits of candy will come in handy for myself. I'm not giving any of this away to anybody else. I keep dropping candy. Cat toys are going to be a big hit. Eleanor, these are for Eleanor, because she likes to lick feathers. She loves to lick feathers. She'll eat them, but they're feathers. And Buddy will enjoy these. He won't play with them, but he'll pick them up in his mouth and he'll carry them upstairs, and he'll put them in my bed, or he'll put them in the day bed if I've slept there the night before. But I will wake up to one of these in my bed tomorrow, which is very sweet of my cat, who's bringing me gifts. And speaking of gifts, I think one of these things is a scarf that I purchased that was inspired by me finding some vintage napkins. Oh, yes, I remember. So I originally purchased a lapel pin that was made of ceramic, and it was amazing. It was an amazing piece of artwork, and I loved it. It was very affordable, and moments after I paid for it, the seller sent me a message very apologetically saying that the item was no longer available, and would I like something else from her store. So I went through her. Thank you. I have enclosed an extra item for you. Isn't that nice? So she said, could you would you like a refund, or would you like something else from my storefront? And I found this scarf because I like scarves. Do I wear them? It's like neckties. I don't wear them all the time, but I love them. And I found this scarf that I really liked a lot. It was hand stitched. The edges are hand stitched, and I just thought it was very pretty. I just really liked it. I think that was really great. And I think when worn like an ascot under a sweater or a winter coat or something, I think that looks sort of like I'm from Montreal or something, right? So I loved it. It was probably about $5 more expensive than the item that I originally purchased, but she said, don't worry about the price point. And then she sent me a pin. Not something I'm going to keep unless it's marked. Unless it's valuable, then I'll sell it. I don't think it's valuable, but she sent me this little pin to go with, which is very thoughtful. So I forget, what else did I buy on eBay? I'll find out. Okay, here's the box. On my key ring, when I bought my condo, this was on my key ring. Does anyone recognize what that is? Is it it's a poker or something? I don't know. But I use it as, it's not sharp, but I use it as a little blade because it does cut open tape. When I'm at Goodwill and they have something taped up or closed, and it's, they should have left some way for you to know what you're opening up, what's inside that box. I use this inside the store. I probably shouldn't, and they probably hate me for it, but what did I buy? What is? This is the original, because I did one, I'm looking over you like this. I did buy a scarf inspired by the artist who made those linens. And again, I think this is very pretty. It's definitely old lady, but again, when worn like a little ascot or something under a jacket or a shirt like that, I think it's really cute. I would definitely wear this. So that's what I had purchased. I don't know what this is. Did I order something else from the same buyer? I mean, I used to buy things on eBay back when I drank. I used to order things all the time when I was totally high. I'd be like, what is this that I'm getting? Oh, I did order this. I did buy this. Do you guys remember Snow Babies? Are any of you old, really seriously old ladies? Do you remember Snow Babies? This came across on my eBay screen as to some things I might be interested in. Look at that. Snow Babies, these little figures. But look, they've got little goggles on. It's a little airplane that wobbles on the base of clouds. Isn't this the most adorable thing you've ever seen? Love that. I did order this. This is so funny. But I don't think I paid more than $20 for it. I just thought it was so adorable and would look cute on a shelf in my living room. And it was new with tags, Department 56. Again, I think I paid $20 for it, but the propeller does not turn. But how cute is this? I couldn't resist it because, you know, it's vaguely aviation inspired. But please, 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 some of you out there go, oh, he liked that. Let me send him something else. Don't. I love you. But there's, I guess, a verification that that's real. And whoever it was that sent this to me also sent me a carry-on cocktail set, which most of you know by now I will not be using. But I'm curious as to what it is. It's got a little airplane on the lid. There's a price tag. What's inside? The hot toddy. There's a recipe for a hot toddy inside. This might be a gift I give to a coworker. Cinnamon. Oh, you swirl that around in the hot toddy. Some sort of syrup. A little mixing spoon, which of course just makes me think of a Coke spoon, but that's just me. And what else is in here? A napkin. So that was very thoughtful of them to include in my purchase, but this is just definitely something I'm not. Oh, lemon, dried lemon. Something I'm probably not going to use myself, and I don't think I'll give to a coworker. This might just go in the garbage. I wonder if I'll use this tin. I might use the tin. All right, So I'm gonna go pay my bill, which is not gonna be interesting enough to film, but I love this thing. I did look up the brooch. It is signed. It's a Monet. It's a jewelry company that at one point I think was based in Olneyville, Rhode Island, which is not far from where I was born. But it is a Monet brooch, but it's really, truly a hideous one that I don't think would sell. So that may end up in the garbage, or I don't know what's going to happen to that. But let's get out of here. Hey guys, how are you? So I just walked out of the post office a moment ago. While I was in line, I received a text message from a former sponsee, and I kind of want to cry. I'm just so happy, but there's this sense of nostalgia as well. It's a sponsee of mine from years and years and years ago. He just sent me a text message that 15 years ago to this hour, he walked into his first AA meeting, and I remember him walking in the room. He walked in the room 15 years ago this hour, and he was a mess. He was gray. He looked like he was just dried out and washed out. He's wearing this wrinkly t-shirt, pair of jeans. He just looked stained. His whole body just looked like he was just pulled out of a cup of coffee. He just looked like a mess. He was like looking down at the floor and had no hope in his eyes at all. And he sat there and he said a few words. I don't remember what else. But he was clearly suffering and he was in a lot of pain. And I don't remember our conversation, but I just chatted with him for a few minutes. But I did feel he was not, willing or able, or didn't know how to speak to other people, right? Because that's a difficult time walking into a first meeting, especially when you're in that much pain. And he walked into the room and I said, here's my number if you want to talk or call, whatever. It was a day or two later, I think he called, and I met him at a meeting, and he asked me to be a sponsor, and I did. I sponsored him. And I don't know how far we got with his steps. He didn't complete all 12 steps, I don't think. We did get to the 9th step. But I sponsored him for a while, and it was the best relationship in terms of a sponsor-sponsee relationship that I've ever had. He did so much work, and I can only credit his success with him doing the work and me suggesting to him what my sponsor suggested to me. So I didn't have any part in his success, but I was able to pass along what my sponsor told me to do, and I told him to do it. And my sponsors sponsored, had his. So that's how recovery works when it works. And I won't tell you his story, but it was full of pain, full of him lying to people who were very important to him, and then him coming to realize that he had to be honest and be honest with everyone he loves. And he had to face he could have lost everything. But he didn't. And because he at root is a good man, and I think people knew this, but he went through tremendous work to recover, and he finally got through his 9th step. The one thing I will share with you about his story, because there's no way you'd ever meet him or know who he is. We have no connection on social media outside of a text message here. But one of the things I remember about his 9th step, one of his 9th step amends, was that when he was young, when he was very, very, very young, he loved to cook. I think he was a college student. He loved to cook, and he stole a lot of food, and particular spices, because they were fairly expensive. He stole a lot of spices and food and things from grocery stores to feed himself, and to have what he needed to make what he thought was the right kind of food, and blah blah blah. And he stole those things. Now flash forward decades later, he's trying to figure out, how do I make amends for that? How do I make amends for stealing something? Now, he was so courageous in looking so deep into making amends for things that most people would have just dismissed, but he really wanted to do the work.
And so we sat down and we tried to figure out how could he make amends for stealing from a grocery store that's probably closed by now. And so what we came up with was that he would make a financial contribution, a donation to a food pantry nearby in his community, and that he'd make a contribution to spiritually offset the character defect of, stealing when he was in college. And I just remember being so proud of him. So proud of him. So this text message that he's been sober for 15 years since this hour, and that I was part of it, and that he was expressing gratitude for that, which is so amazing. The gratitude and the excuse me, oh my God, there's tears going right down here. The happiness that I'm feeling right now for him is colored with nostalgia as well. There's layers of happiness, pride in his growth, and sadness that it's been a long time since we were close. All these layers over this text message. It's like a pearl, if you know how a pearl grows. It grows by layer and layer and layer of nacre over the core of something that was not really great, so wow, what great, what a great text to get, what a great memory to hold on to. And I'm sorry, some of you are probably bored with me sharing this, but I'm so moved by this text. And that 15 years later, he still thinks of me on his anniversary. So it's just warms my heart. I don't have children. I suspect that parents have these moments of gratitude when you think about the growth that your own children have made, and that one day they might be grateful for your part in them being who they are. Does that make any sense? So I hope you felt that. I definitely feel it right now from that simple text. So I just shot him a couple texts right now asking him how things are going. I have not seen a photograph of his children, which is an entirely different story. It's a huge story, but I'm not going to share it with you. How they actually came to have their children, which is part of his recovery. It's crazy. But his children were these twins, and they were a boy and a girl, and they were these redhead, just jubilant looking babies. So I would die to see what they look like right now. If they're be 14, they'd be 13 or 14 by now. But blah blah blah. So I'm sorry if you've been I've been rambling with all these emotions. My heart feels like a pulsar. The pulsar just. All right, all these weird analogies. I gotta eat something, and then I have to go home and make sure everything is ready for my work tomorrow. All right, so dry the eyes, and I will see you later.
Good morning, honey. Hello, cat butt. Cat butt. Good morning, love. Where are you? There you go. Where are you? I can't get your face. Oh. Hello, girl. Good morning. Right under the arm. Oh, we're having a nice little layabout in the day bed with the door open. It's a beautiful day. But I have to get up for work, honey. Gotta go. I gotta get up. Oh, good girl. I had just about given up hope, but here we are. Got a parking spot and a good spot. Very, very, very pleased. Yay. Ta-da! Very excited, guys, because there was no other parking spot except for, the Siberia. So, very, very pleased. I am flying off. Did I say hello yet? I don't know. I think I started this video last night. Hello, welcome back to my channel, just in case I haven't said so. I am flying off to Columbus. I'm going to Columbus today. I don't know why Columbus is so far away from Las Vegas. It's blocked at 4 hours.
we can get to Newark sometimes in way less than 4 hours. We can get to Nashville with way less than 4 hours. Why Columbus takes 4 hours, I have no idea. Physics just seems to be like twisting the knife. But we have one leg today, so very nice. We don't have a very long layover, probably 12 hours, 13 hours, so just enough time to eat, poop, and sleep. And then tomorrow, we've got 3 legs. It's a fairly long day, but it's a 2-day trip. Then what else is going on? I think I've got 1 day off on November 1st, and then I've got a 4-day trip. Now, I really thought that I would enjoy a month of 2-day trips. I thought that would be relaxing, easy, simple 2-day trips. How difficult could a 2-day trip be? It's just a lie, because it's in and out of the airport all the time. I had suspiciously few days off compared to when I have a regular line with 4-day trips. And I don't know, I just didn't get the rest I needed because the layovers are so short and the trips just happen so close together. So I really thought I'd enjoy 2-day trips for a whole month. Next month, November, I've got 3 4-day trips, 2 2-day trips, and 1 turn, which is a stand-up, which I really don't want to do. But there's nothing on the trade board, or nothing on, I should say, on open time for me. So I'm stuck with it. But blah, blah, blah. What I really need to do, it's exactly 1:30, or no, my report time is 2:30. So I'm going to actually grab something to eat in the airport. I was going to eat at home, but the cats were really, really active and really wanted a lot of attention, and I'm happy to give it to them. But I really wanted to just sit down and eat something. So I will see you in the airport or in Columbus. I'm not quite sure, but see you soon. And while I was leaving my car, I heard a ka-ching, which is very, very good news. Not a huge sale. Do I get something in the airport or in the terminal? So I sold a pair of orange felt slippers or something. I paid maybe $3 or $4, nothing crazy, but I had them listed for $60. I sent out an offer, and they were purchased for $51 or $52. So very nice, very nice. All right, let's see if I can get through KCM. I think I'm on a roll. I got through KCM without being random. This is very exciting. I don't remember the last time I was random. Probably very recently, but I've forgotten. To Shake Shack, I got the chicken shake. I did not get any fries. Feeling very happy with myself. But there might be a donut in my future with my iced coffee. Rawr. Aren't I scary? I feel like I look scary right now. Oh my God, I feel scary. Today was not a very long day, but it feels like it was a very long day. So I didn't have to be at work until 2:30 this afternoon. So I slept in as late as the cats would let me, and then I went back to sleep. We all had treats. We had some treats. I had a little bite for breakfast, farted around online, made sure that I was ready for work, making sure everything's charged up, ready to go, and where it needs to be, and went to work. We had a 3-hour and 28-minute flight. That's it. Super easy. I still don't know why Columbus is so far away in terms of time. It feels like it should just be past Denver, but it's so far. You must be tired of me telling you, and you must think I'm lying when I tell you how amazing our passengers are. Now, there are times I don't tell you when we have passengers who aren't amazing, unless they're especially irritating, then I like to complain. But when I tell you we had amazing passengers, I'm not lying. There's no blowing smoke up your skirts. Why do I have to lie to you about that, right? Our passengers tonight were really top notch, but it's Columbus. People in Ohio are nice. I don't know why, but they're very nice. We had some passengers up in front that were just lovely. There was this mother and son team. He's in his 30s, so it's not like he's a little kid. But they were just a hoot. Really just super, super nice. A lot of fun to talk to. The young man that works up there, he works for the High Roller, which is in Las Vegas, that Ferris wheel that has like these big giant balls that you sit in.
And he works in one of those as a bartender, and they have an open bar for a half hour. And he and I were sharing stories that are eerily similar in terms of how some passengers want to get as much alcohol as they can get on a short flight or a short little on a Ferris wheel. Sort of amazing how similar our jobs are, but they were just lovely, lovely. And then there's this couple. They were sitting right in front of me, and I was in love with them. I'm in love with them both. I'm in love with both of them. I have flown with one of them. I will not tell you her name. I will not tell you the titles that she has held, because I don't, this is not her channel. It's not my place. But we have a title holder of a beauty pageant on board today. She has held 2 titles, both of them very prestigious. She deserved both of them. She is supernaturally beautiful. I mean, think Charlize Theron, but pretty. I mean, she was supernaturally pretty, beyond nice, funny, kind, I mean, really, like people like her shouldn't really exist. Too much good things in one person. It's got to be dangerous. And then she's married to a man, her husband, who was sitting there, who is beyond gorgeous and beyond nice and kind and patient and loves it. It was amazing. It was amazing. They were unbelievable. I almost feel embarrassed because I was talking to them for so long, because they're just the kind of people, you see them and you want to get to know them, and they're just open, and they don't have to be. They're beautiful. They could be anybody they wanted, but they had to be nice. Blah, 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 blah. We also had a Southwest flight attendant on board and her husband. Her husband put together a little goodie bag. Now, this is something I definitely recommend if you want to have a better flight. But they put together a little bag. Here's the bag. And inside, these are some ideas you can put in your little goodie bag. But you don't have to go as far as they did. They did a little mini bag of popcorn, a little mini nail file, Crystal Light. There was a liquid IV packet that I gave one of my coworkers, a lip balm, facial tissue, eye masks, hello, and some chocolate, a couple Jolly Ranchers, that kind of stuff. But when they handed us these bags, it's unbelievably thoughtful. The time they took to put these little bags together, the intention behind the gift, and it was just the most sweet thing for them to do. So it's just lovely. This is a great inspiration for the next time I travel, which you know how often I travel. But that, what else? Why am I going to tell you what I'm going to eat for dinner? It's because I tell you everything. It's 11:24 here. Back home, it's probably a little bit late for dinner, but not too late. I don't want a lot of food, so I bought one of these things at Trader Joe's. It's empty right now. But inside, there is a little packet of udon noodles. I love udon noodles. I think they're made of buckwheat. And then there's a packet of sauce, which has some textural elements in there. I feel sort of soft squishiness, which is kind of... This is exactly what it feels like when someone hands me a bag of sick on an airplane. That's exactly what this feels like. Oh, that is not the best idea. But the idea is to put the noodles in the bowl, the sauce in the bowl, which I hope looks and tastes better than it feels, and then you just microwave it. And I am overly tired right now. Can you tell? I am so crazy. All right. Know that I love you, because I'm going to end this video here. Know that I love you very much. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow. All right. Happy Vlogtober. It's almost over, guys. All right. See you soon. Fly safe. Bye.